Ash, the food's over there. The food's over there.
Nathaniel, that was a crazy back and forth war against someone that you said you were a fan of prior to getting into the UFC, watching him as your career was unfolding. What was that whole experience like?
It was amazing, to share the octagon with Andre Fili, without sounding like a fanboy. I was obviously watching him way before I was in the UFC. I think must have been when I was semi-pro, amateur. I was obviously following him, his team, Uriah Faber, all them boys. So yeah, to obviously face him in the octagon was an honour, and to come out with the win. Obviously, he made me work for it, but I'd like to think that was 2 rounds to 1, and we come out victorious.
Hearing the crowd erupt in those transitions, whenever you got up off your feet, whenever you rocked Andre as well, what were your thoughts on that? Could you hear it, or were you just completely tunnel visioned at that point?
No, I could hear everything. When the second round he got me bad, and having that crowd, gives you that little extra bit of life to spur on. There's no way that he would have to put me out. There's no way that I'm going down without a fight, especially with that crowd behind me. So, unless he puts the lights out, I'm just going to keep fighting until, the ref steps in or I'm done.
There's so many exciting guys at featherweight heading to the top 15 now. If you had to pinpoint 2 or 3 names that you're looking forward to sharing the octagon with down the line, who would they be?
I would like to fight a legend of the sport, and that would be like Edson Barbosa, maybe in Brazil. It'd be an absolute honour again. Like I just said with Fili, I've been a fan of him for years, and, I know he's coming to the end of his career. For me, someone like the Korean Zombie, that would be special. So, I'd like to get one of the legends before they kind of retire from the sport or go on a decline. Obviously Edson Barbosa's coming off a win. He's still a hell of a dangerous opponent, so for me it's a fight that I would like. But whoever the UFC want, I'll fight anyone they give me, and just start working my way up them rankings.
Brilliant. Well done on the win.
Thank you.
Hi Nathaniel, how are you?
I've been better.
You got the win though, so well done. Congratulations. And in that second round, how was it? Because when you were down, I was thinking, wow, this is done, and somehow you managed to pull your way out. What was going on in your minds when you're there and trying to work your way out? So
the first shot that he got me in that second round that dropped me, that hurt. That had me rocked. The others, like I think he went for a knee. None of that was any good. But the one shot that he caught me with, he got me on the button. So hats off to him on that. He made me work for it, and. I don't know if I got like a scratch in the eye or a finger as well, because, I got rocked, but the bottom of my eye was like, I don't know, really, really hurting. Do you know what I mean? So I don't think he poked me in the eye, but something caught my eye and it kind of threw me off a little bit. But I wanted my cornermen to stay on their toes.
Yeah. And what about, well, I did the job tonight. So what about like getting a run of fights going? Getting consistency going. I know you've not been had any luck with timing, with injuries and things like that. So has that affected you mentally about not having the consistency?
So the injuries are boring. They're very draining, especially like the last one when it wasn't even like a real injury. It was just a slice across my knee where I knew it would be better in 4 weeks' time, but it happened 5 weeks out from the fight. So just having that string of bad luck, it is a pain in the ass, but God's plan, I believe everything happens for a reason, or that's the way I look at it anyway. And I like to think that, he's got bigger plans for me if, I get injured. Maybe there was a reason, maybe in the long run that's what was supposed to happen to, set this fight up now. Maybe this wouldn't have happened if I never had that knee injury in the first place. I'm used to it now. I'm used to getting injured, so I know how to deal with it.
I love that. You say everything for a reason, and tonight is a huge reason to go through those hard moments.
Yeah.
It's your third fight now at 145. Sorry. How are you feeling? You feeling comfortable in this weight division?
Yeah, I'd like to think the performances speak for themselves. At no point in that fight did I feel like Fili was too heavy for me, or was I out of my depth? When he had me on the ground in the second round, I wasn't in a rush to get up because he had rocked me. I don't feel outpowered. He's very long, and I felt like I felt fine in there with the range. You know, obviously I slipped him and slipped his shot and followed up with the right hand, which dropped him. So, mate, you know, no one's given me any problems weight-wise. You know, obviously it was a tough fight, but nothing to do with weight, you know. So I feel like going up a weight has given me that speed advantage, and, you know, I get to enjoy my life and actually have food, you know.
I love that. You say enjoying your life. Like, firstly, you're an inspiration to so many. You saw the fans out there tonight. They're so behind you. I know you've got your wedding coming up as well. So I want to say congratulations, good luck. I'm getting married next year as well. So hope it all goes well.
Thank you. Good luck. It's expensive.
I know, right?
All done?
Hi, Julia.
Hello.
Hi, congratulations on the win. It was a pretty fast finish. Did you expect the fight to play out like that?
You know, I never expect finish fast, but looking at my story, like how I'm fighting and so on, you can always expect that. We was ready to fight all the 3 rounds. If we need to, we have the plan everywhere. In striking, on grappling, like how to do a whole fight. Like you never know how a fight gonna finish, and it happens how it happens.
And in this matchup, people were looking at it like you have the advantage on the ground. So were you surprised that she engaged with you in the ground and didn't try to get away quick?
I just grabbed it. Oh, she tried. She actually, when I got to the legs, like for the takedown, she actually stood pretty good posture and so on. So I just changed a little bit plan here, how to take her down, and I did my job.
And of course, this is in her home country, a lot of attention on her and stuff. How did it feel to play kind of the upset role? And do you feel like now people are going to start giving you more respect?
You know, that's not the first time when I'm fighting in a fight where is everything prepared for my opponent. And the best fights that I fought in my career was prepared for my opponent. And this is one of them. But as I told already, this arena, it's not my enemy arena. It's my home arena also. And I would love to fight in London more and more because I'm feeling here like at home. That's my home also. It's Europe. That's the closest city. It's culturally, there are a lot of Lithuanians. So we have Roger Gracie Academy here. I have a lot of people here who can come and cheer. And it's so close to Lithuania, so people really easy to come here to watch my fights. And if I will be successful in that division in the later fights, it's going to be more and more Lithuanian audience here. And I really hope to fight here again, for sure.
And media day, you told me you feel like flyweight will show your best version. I know it was a pretty quick fight, but physically, how did you feel competing at flyweight?
I love myself in the flyweight. I love it. I love how like my body is moving in flyweight, and it's better. That's better for sure for me.
And do you have kind of a date or an opponent in mind for what you would like next?
I don't care. I never choose my opponents. Whatever UFC was bringing me, I always said yes. I never said no to any fight. And I'm not going to do it later. I will say yes for anybody.
And one more for me. Is it safe to say flyweight is your permanent home now?
Yes, I'm not coming back to bantamweight and for featherweight for sure. No, flyweight and only flyweight. That's it. That's my home.
All right. Thank you.
Julija, just
Thank
here.
you.
Are there any flyweights that you see in the division that you feel you match up well with?
I don't care. I'm not looking like that. So like it's up to UFC. My work is to fight. Whatever they bring me, I'm fine with everything.
And the title fight is coming up soon with Alexa Grosso and Valentina Shevchenko, the rematch. How do you think that goes down?
I'm a big fan of Shevchenko. So I think she's gonna bring her belt back, but I like Grosso also. She has a very good boxing and everything can happen. But yeah, I'm a fan of Shevchenko.
Thank you. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Julia, hi.
Yeah.
A lot of the narrative going into this fight was the weight cut, the weight cut, the weight cut. Do you feel now that all of those questions can be put behind you for good now? You've proved everything you needed to prove. You made the weight, you had a great performance. That's it, done. No more questions about weight cuts from now on.
I hope so. I cut it weight not even to 126. It was 125. So it cannot be questions anymore.
Absolutely. And what were the major differences that you made for this fight in terms of preparing for the weight cut? Was there anything different nutritionally or different in the training to prepare for cutting those extra 10 pounds?
My conditioning coach, he changed my conditioning a bit. So we did some extra work to make my body lose weight more. And the preparation for flyweight was not like in 2-3 months. It was a work for 10 months. I was working for 10 months to be in that fight. And also we have a specialist to help me with my supplements, how to use it and so on. So that boosted my metabolism faster. So yeah, something like that.
Do you think going forward then, in order to prepare for those weight cuts and stuff, do you need to have big periods of time between fights, or do you think you can be quite active throughout a year?
I think with the time, I can be very active. But right now it's the very first weight cut for me, so big. So I think I will need some time to recover for sure. But later with my career, I can be very active, and I like to be an active fighter.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Julia, over to your left.
Yeah.
I think that was your 10th armbar finish in your career. What makes the perfect armbar finish, and how are you able to be so successful with that technique when everybody knows that that's what you're going for?
Don't prepare that. I'm not preparing for armbar. I never drill armbar anymore. We stopped drilling it when I was a blue belt. It just comes to me. It's natural for me.
Do you think you have the most dangerous armbar in the UFC?
Maybe.
Thank you very much.
They actually all came in the first round as well, so you're thinking of changing your nickname maybe to the Armbar Queen or something?
I would like people to learn how to spell my name and surname well.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
first of all, you got to look at things like where does the infrastructure exist? Where's the suitable venue? We're not going to go to a big rugby pitch that's outdoors. We're not going to go to a big soccer stadium. So it's going to be an indoor venue. South Africa, Rwanda, Senegal, maybe Cameroon. I think there's more. There's a number of projects that we believe are starting to gain a bit of traction to build more, let's say, westernized arenas that are managed well and are suitable for our sport, like a traditional kind of hockey or basketball arena. So that's the first question that we need to answer. The second, and this all comes down to Dana, is where do we want to go based on what athletes we want to have on the card? Who knows, what the next move is with Drickus. Maybe South Africa does make sense. But Izzy's been campaigning, Usman's been campaigning. So nothing to report yet, but something that we're confident will happen in the next couple of years.
Cheers, thank you.
Thanks. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thanks for all the support this week.
All right, mate.
Yes,
Sorry,
Tom.
I didn't see you there. How's it going?
I'm all good. Not as good as you. That was a seriously impressive performance. Picture perfect. What did you make of the whole experience? The walkout, the celebration. You were very emotional after it, and the stepping elbow and the right was brilliant.
Thanks, mate. Thanks. Yeah, I think everything was just as planned. It couldn't. Well, no. To be honest, I thought it was going to be a 5-rounder, but I think it's just a credit to I'm really, really well trained. You know, I've trained with so many good people over the years. Obviously, I trained at Team Carbon since I was like 14 years old. You know, massive thanks to them guys who have helped me. And I've trained with Peter Fury for years as well. Amazing boxing coach who's helped me out loads. Obviously, I've been with my dad. And so, mate, these are guys who don't need recognition. Do you know what I mean? These are not people who are like trying to be famous and trying to get public recognition. These guys know how good they are. And I just want to say a massive thanks to all the guys who've helped me in the training camp. Everyone who's helped me over the years. There's too many, mate. I'll sit in here and thanking people all night because I've been involved with martial arts since I was 8 years old and I'm 30 now. So just massive shout out to everybody who's helped me over the years. It's not gone unnoticed. And I think it's shown. Like, I'm so well trained, and I think now I'm really maturing as a person, as an adult, as an athlete, and I think I'm going to be UFC champion of the world, UFC heavyweight champion of the world for sure.
What did you make of Jones responding to your call out so quick as well?
John Jones knows I exist. Woohoo! That's a win in itself. I'm buzzing with that. Like, yeah, what I want to do, I've been saying it all week, is I want to win my fights going forward, of course, but also another goal of mine is like I want to motivate John Jones to stick around and fight me. Like, that is my absolute dream, mate. Like, the thought of that. Mate, you're from Atherton. I'm from Atherton.
Atherton represents.
A guy from Atherton fighting John Jones, mate.
Wild.
Oh,
Wild.
my goodness me, that would be incredible.
And, you know, you mentioned your biggest influences earlier and the guys that have helped you get to where you are today. You know, your dad, what he's done for you over the past year, put together an elite heavyweight gym over numerous places, St Helens, Wigan, so many different places, so many guys from different parts of the country. Just in terms of what he's done for you over your career and over the past year as well.
Right, my dad is such a good guy. Anyone who's spent any time with him will tell you. Everyone loves him. And not just that, the guy is a serious, smart guy when it comes to this sport. He's been involved with MMA for like 30 plus years. And yeah, just massive shout out to my dad. He's been there since my first training session when I was around 8 years old, doing like traditional jiu-jitsu, throughout the boxing sessions, throughout wrestling, all kinds of different martial arts, mate, that I've been involved with. My dad has been at every single session, and anyone from any gym that I've ever been to will know my dad as well because he's been there through the whole time. And massive shout out to my dad for the best training camp that I've ever had.
You know, you mentioned Gan and Spivak afterwards that you was going to be there for that fight. But after being out for so long, do you not want to get back in there straight away? There's Pavlovich waiting there, isn't there, as well? That could potentially be on the table, couldn't it?
I'm easy, mate. Throw me in with anybody, but I just think that fight makes sense. Like, it's in Paris. I'll get a little cheeky trip to Paris, have a few beers, eat some frog's legs and all that, chill out a little bit, and hopefully work for TNT Sport as well while I'm there.
Nice.
And yeah, just be able to watch the fights, be involved with it, build the next fight up. I think that just works really well for everybody. But mate, I've been matched up with Pavlovich twice before. Yeah. Both times he's pulled out, which is, I'm not saying that he's scared of me, I'm just saying that's what's happened. And we're all going to fight each other anyway, so what does it matter what order it's in, really?
Well done on a picture-perfect performance, mate.
Thanks, my brother.
Tom, you mentioned about Paris. We've seen you fight Spivak before and how that went. Cyril tweeted that he thinks you should be careful what you wish for, and he'll see you in Paris. How do you think you match up against Cyril?
I better be careful, apparently. Yeah. I think I match up pretty well against him. I think I'm equally as fast as him. I move equally as well. The difference is I can grapple, and I've got a lot of power. And I think that's pretty undeniable at this stage of my career. He's like, I've got a lot of knockouts on my record, mate. I have to touch you once, and I wasn't even throwing heavy tonight. I thought it was going to be a 5-rounder. I didn't mean to knock him out. I thought it was going to be a 5-rounder. I'm not even joking. Ask any of my team. I was pretty sure that was going to be a 5-round fight.